Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome here at Varsity Field number 1. We are looking at the Toxic Eagles playing against the youngsters of the Underdogs. You can expect kind of a exciting match here, especially seeing the youngsters play. They are at the bottom of the log at the moment, playing against Toxic Eagles, who are at the top of the log, but that shouldn't be an indication of what their abilities are. Got nice warm weather. Although the summer is starting to head towards the winter, it's starting to get cooler. Um, but we won't feel the effects of that in the afternoons yet for quite a while. There's a bit of a few clouds in the sky, but unfortunately, some of the matches were rained out the last weekends. That is not going to be the situation for today. We said the skies are clear. There's a few clouds, but they are scattered around. There's a bit of a breeze coming here from our back. First off, the youngsters, Andrew Botha is bowling from the 10th end. And the people at the stumps are the formidable Alvin Potgieter and Benny Libbe. Solid batsmen, they're going to be difficult to get out. But it seems like the youngster is making his mark early on. Umpire for this match is Chantel. I think the surname is Olivier. They do know her name is Chantel. She also umpired one of the matches this morning, 9 o'clock, on the other field where we were live streaming from. That is 4 runs. Ball went past the wicket keeper. Some brilliant encouragement here coming from the team captain, also coach. And that should be another 4 runs. That's just an indication of how fast this youngster is bowling. Who's found the outside edge of Benny Libbe's bat, and will just carry it on rolling past the wicketkeeper, and the fielder on the back end just couldn't stop it. So that is the first over gone. 19 to go. So to thank the sponsors of this match, you'll see them at the bottom left of your screen. Those are like Eden dried fruit and nuts, as well as Ben's mineral water, Capstone Credit, and Ascobel something noble. We'll also be able to see the sponsorship material on the content that we'll be posting during the week. Hopefully as soon as possible. That is going to be highlights from this match. And yeah, highlight videos, just explainer videos of what have happened, who moved on where on the log, and who did what, all those kind of things. seems like the bowling is troubling Benny a little. Unable to connect with the ball. Really just do hope that the Toxic Eagles aren't underestimating these youngsters, because I saw them warming up and yeah, they caught balls and they were pretty well skilled in the game of cricket. Well, we can feel the weather here. Maximum predicted is 33 degrees Celsius, and it feels warmer than that at the moment. Earlier this morning it was kind of coolish, right up until around about 11, half past 11. Um, in the sun, obviously, it would have been a lot colder, but in the shade, in the sun it was a lot warmer, but in the shade it was felt a little bit cool. So, like we said earlier, we're going to publish some of the highlights of this match later during this week. Just have a look on the platforms of Bloemfontein Sport Results. That is my company, where I do all sorts of sports content creation, basically live stream and advertising, making worthwhile for the sponsors to get some feedback on the money that they put into sports. So many times that sponsors put money into sports because their kids are in the school, friends and family, and just get the sports to go forward, but their brand never gets that much exposure. Because like today, there aren't many spectators here, but looking on TikTok and Facebook, there's a lot more eyes on that sponsors' content, the visuals, and obviously the highlights of this match. And we should expect some brilliant plays. Brilliant encouragement here from the main guy. I'm not exactly sure, he's just captain and team leader, trainer or coach. Brilliantly encouraging the youngsters. Looks like they could be in primary school, maybe grade 7, grade 8, maybe even younger. There'll be a brilliant shoe in for the leagues that coming in the winter, where it sounds like there is possibilities of under 15, under 17, and under 19 teams to join the LMS cricket, where under 15, 17, and 19 leagues will be playing on Saturdays. We are very lucky for this match to come along today, because these matches were supposed to be played 3 weeks ago, but Bloemfontein's got so much rain lately that every time a Sunday comes along, the fields are too wet to play cricket on, so they postponed the matches by a week, and now 3 weeks later, this is what's happening. You feel the strength of the sun beating down it every time the wind stops blowing. And yeah, so actually basically the wind, a bit of wind that is coming along is cools us down nicely, making it a lot more bearable sitting here next to the field. See, the projected score of Toxic Eagles is 150, which is a quite decent score. Toxic Eagles have won numerous matches with less runs than 150 on the board. Anything can happen during the game, especially when a double play is at stake. You can see that the underdogs are putting the Toxic Eagles under a bit of pressure by putting their fielders a little bit closer to the midfield, and trying to cut off those singles and doubles. Which is a brilliant strategy for right now. Like we can see that there's not many boundaries being played by Benny and Alvin. Although we do know they've got the capabilities of, especially Alvin, to hit 6 after 6 after 6 every time. Well, that's 4 overs gone. Toxic Eagle standing on 29 runs. I think this projected score might be a little bit high for today, depending on what's happening next. Of course, there's a bunch of fours that came through because of the bowling that wasn't stopped by the wicket keeper. Just went through for a boundary, and that added up to total, and obviously it evens out to 150 odd or whatever runs that is being predicted. So it's not a clear representation of what's going to happen. Because it's basically a projected score calculated from incorrect data. Data is correct, but it is not a true representation of what is going to happen. Because we don't see Benny and Alvin now pushing for boundaries. That situation might change from the 5th over on. because I really hope it's not because they are underestimating these youngsters. Let Andre take a wicket. Andre is taking Benny Libbers. No, that is Alvin Potgieter's wicket. The big man with the red beard is walking off. I can guarantee you that the underdogs are very happy about taking that wicket. He's a dangerous guy with a bat. Next one to come in to join Benny is Tommy Cock. Also able to hit those huge boundaries from ball one. We'll just have to see what their plan is. And we see that Joe Riemenberg is also standing closest, so probably he'll be the one coming in next. Whenever one of these wickets fall, will score a half century. Andre had a brilliant over there, taking the wicket of Alvin Potgieter. Was a very important wicket, but both these guys now standing on the pitch are just as dangerous. And I also do like the communication between the team captain explaining to the kids, yeah, they are kids, what is happening next. But that is what's supposed to be happening in a team in any case. That constant communication, that planning, keeping up to date with what is going to happen next. A huge shot by Tommy. Is it going to be stopped? Is it? No, that is going to be 4 runs for Tommy. He's opening with a boundary. Just sending a message. He's not going to take it easy on the bowlers. Don't know if you could have heard that, but the team captain explaining to the team that should fall back. And another 4 for Tommy Cock. 2 in a row. He is going to make up for the slow start up to now. He's definitely not going to take it easy on these kids. They want to play with the big boys and cry like a puppy. Another huge shot by Tommy. Well stopped here, right in front of us. All friends here joking with each other. When you give it a little bit of lift and runs. Seems like Benny Levitt started to join the party of scoring boundaries. He's not going to allow Tommy to have all the fun. Obviously, they don't want to discourage the youngsters. Oh, and a bit of a misfield scoring 4 runs for Benny. So that was the over for De Meyer. That is 6 over gone. Busy with the 7th now. Let's see if Andre can take another wicket. But definitely Tommy Cook. He introduced his batting and he said he's not going to take it easy on these youngsters. He's going to do what he normally does. He's going to hit those boundaries as many and as quickly as possible. I just found the outside edge there of his bat. Looks like that is running to the boundary, and that is 4 runs for Tommy. With a little bit of effort. Underdogs are moving a fielder to third man area now. Obviously realizing that they really gave away about, I think this is the 4th or the 5th boundary, just because the wicketkeeper wasn't able to catch it. That one's a bit wide, confirmed by Chantal. And I do think that that display of Tommy's abilities discouraged the players just a bit, no other dogs displayed them just a bit. Is daar waar die groot koppe uithang? All natural. Benny just had to go and empty his bladder. Not exactly as if there is a Portaloo on the field. So sometimes you have to go. Bit of a full toss for Tommy. And that is going to be another 4 runs for Tommy. But it's a no ball. Benny, uh, Tommy kind of pre-projected what he's going to do there. Dribbling closer. Was lucky to get the bat to the ball and just send the ball to the midfield. I think that's a difference in styles between Benny and Tommy. Tommy is looking to hit the ball to any boundary. Depends on where the ball bounces and everything. Benny is kind of waiting to see what's going to happen before he plays a shot. Maybe sometimes that is too late. He will know better. He's playing cricket for a very long time. Very experienced player. De Meyer moving his field around. Constantly thinking, devising a strategy to take out these big boys. It's a nice breeze coming here from our left. Another one wide. Seems like Donny is struggling to find his line and length. At the moment, not a great example for the kids. But there is a strategy, which we can see there is by bowling slowly. If you bowl slowly, the ball won't bounce as much. And that was a lot better delivery by Donny. If you bowl anything loose to Tommy, he's going to punish you. this time Benny pre-projected what he wanted to do. Eight overs done. Two until we switch over to Afrikaans commentary. I will still be your commentator, Jurgen Smith, and also the owner of Bloemfontein Sport Results, where you will be able to see the highlights during the week. And that is what we focus on. Bloemfontein Sport Results. The name says it all. Sport results happening in Bloemfontein. There's no judgment against who, what, and whatever. We are only looking at the results. Now, results can also mean a lot of things to different people. To a runner, it could be running faster times. For somebody with a medical challenge, they might be looking for health. So if they are getting healthier, they are getting results from doing sport. And that is what we are looking at. It's not only the quickest time or the highest numbers. It's always constantly making improvements. This ball is running through to the third man area. It's picked up. Henko seems to be a bit taller than the other boys in the team. And he's taking a long run on, so which means he could be bowling a bit quicker. Also probably the reason why Dani is standing right behind the wicket keeper. There's going to be another wide. Tommy, I haven't been on the striking end for a while now. Looks like he will get a chance now to face a ball. The projected score, it jumped up to 172. Like we said earlier, I don't think that is a true representation of what is going to happen. But anything can happen. You still got Jay Liebenberg standing on the square leg umpire position. Huge shot there by Tommy. This is going to be 4 runs. It's not going to be stopped. Tommy Gibbs just keeping up his rhythm of scoring boundaries whenever he can. John de Meyer sounds as if he could be a little bit ill. Block nose, bit of a sinus maybe. Also the son of the team captain and coach, Donnie de Meyer. And that's a 9th over gone. 80 runs for Toxic Eagles. For the loss of 1 wicket. They've got the whole bench warming up. Waiting to come and do their thing. Benny and Tommy both standing on 31 runs. Tommy just did it a lot quicker than Benny did it. It's a good 11 balls quicker. That puts a bit of pressure when you've got like a father and son duo playing. Something we saw in the Rebels team as well. We've got Sean Hickley. It's a huge shot. This is 4 runs. Tommy opening up once again. We saw the father and son duo in Rebels as well, with Sean Hickley and Jonathan Hickley, also father and son duo. But that's another 4 runs for Tommy. Well, I think Tommy feels probably while he is there, he can just as well hit some fours. Still waiting for a huge 6. But it does seem like he's causing Donny to Meyer a bit of frustration over there. All these boundaries coming from his bowling. Two balls left until we switch over to Afrikaans commentary. Another huge one by Tommy. That is a 6. Beautiful shot. And I do believe that Tommy is going to try and do that a little bit more often now. Varying between 6s and 4s. It makes it look so easy. But as hard as he hits the ball, he's a very nice guy. And that's 10 overs done. Switching over to Afrikaans. Baie lekker dag hier so op veld nummer 1 by die universiteit se cricketvelde. Nou veld nummer 1 vir die wat nie weet nie, dit is die een wat reg langs aan die biblioteek sit op universiteit se kampus. Vrystaat Universiteit. Of die Universiteit van die Oranje Vrystaat. Nie lekker seker waar die Oranje altyd al die jare ingekom het. Dit kan ook wees as vol van die gras, die grond. Maar nou ja. Wel, terwyl die span taktiek nou bespreek word daarso, gaan ek gou vinnig draai loop as nou terug. terugkom na die gesprek wat ons vroeër gehad het, voor die 10de Bilbeerd, dat waarom die Vrystaat Oranje Vrystaat genoem word, is heel waarskynlik seker die gras of die grond, wat ook al. Maar 'n interessante ding van die woord oranje, baie keer mense praat van 'n rooi kop. Iemand wat rooi hare het, soos wat Albert Potgieter 'n rooi baard het, dit kom van die middeleeue af, maar vir 'n baie lang tydperk was daar nie die woord oranje gewees nie. Daar was net 'n skakerings van rooi. En dis kom gesê rooi hare. So eers later ek in Engels het die woord orange nou bygekom. Dis kom hulle dit vernoem het na die vrug. So ja, so 'n stukkie geskiedenis van waar die kleur oranje vandaan gekom het. Is tot my uit is Tommy amper daar vir 'n vuil ene gevang? Nee, lyk nie so nie. Hy val nie vir daai ene nie. Ek dink hy gaan daar so vir Tommy met 'n slap ene vang, hoewel dit was nie vandag die geval nie. En jy met die bal hard terugslaan, die gaan die 4 lopies wees nie. Underdogs is nog 'n redelike nuwe span. Ek dink dit is soos 'n tipe van 'n ontwikkelingsspan hier in die 3de liga. Hulle jong ouetjies vat en hulle ontwikkel in spelers wat hulle kan wees. Nou, ek is seker hoe hulle deur die week speel by die skool of wat ook al nie, maar ons sien baie leiding hier so op langs die veld vanaf die spankaptein en afrigter wat met positiewe gedrag die spelers aanhelp om beter te doen. Maar dit lyk dan so 'n bietjie asof van die spelers se gemoed weer bietjie verbeter. So rukkie terug het voor Tommy Kok ingekom het, of nadat hy so rukkie in was en die grenshou begin slaan, en daar's nog 'n groot hou deur Tommy. Hy gaan sy 50-tal maak met 4 lopies. Nou gaan Joe Liebenberg inkom. Tommy Kok was nie vandag lus vir lank in die son staan nie. Hy het sy 50-tal gemaak met net 'n paar balle. En nou is Joe wat kom speel. Dit is nou Johannes Liebenberg, maar die hele span ken hom as Joe. En dit is iets wat ons op 'n rukkie gevat het om agter te kom van wie praat hulle nou so langs die veld of op die veld, want elke liewe speler het 'n tipe van amper 'n tipe van 'n bynaam. Nou iemand soos Joe is redelik maklik, want dit is 'n gedeelte van sy geboortenaam, maar partykeer het dit baie keer is dit byname wat 'n ander oorsprong het as van hulle regte naam, hulle biologiese naam. Jou het opkom en dadelik ook begin by sy oog is op die bal, dit kry maak ook met 2 lopies, so hy is van die merkie af. Jou is 'n lang meneer. daar is 'n geleentheid daarmee heen. Jou amper uitgevang deur die bowler. Jy kan sien hoe kort is die polkiewagter in vergelyking met jou. Sal net te sien as hy kom, maar ek hou van hierdie polkiewagter. Hy glad nie bang vir daai bal nie. Jy kan sien hy vang met gemak en selfvertroue die bal. So klein as wat hy is. En dis al wat jy nodig het, is selfvertroue. 'n Bietjie van 'n wye bal daai, Henko. Ek weet nie, is hy nie lus om 'n hele marathon te hardloop net by die bal uit te kom nie. Sy nog 8 balbeurte oor in hierdie helfte van die wedstryd. Net een paltjie wat geval het vir die Toxic Eagles, daar is nog 7 staande. Toby Kok het sopas sy 50 gemaak met 'n briljante vertoning. En Benny Libbe is ook op pad om sy 50 te maak. So is die polkiewagter wat nou gaan bal. En daar net gou geruil. Handskoene, goed, ek kan nie dink dat sy handskoene vir daar nie gaan pas nie, maar soos maar daar. Soos Laurens Legrand, nee. Wel is polkiewagter wat nie gaan, sal net te sien wat sy naam is. Laurens Legrand wat nou bal. So begin ons so stuk die span leer ken. Hulle het nie 'n borg nie, so hulle word nie gereeld gelivestream nie. Dis ons maar min van hulle weet. Hooplik is dit iets wat gaan verander in die toekoms. Nog 'n bietjie van 'n wye bal daar deur Laurens. Nog 'n bietjie wyd daar, soos die skeieregter Chantal. En Benny het hierdie bal geslaan, hy is direk daarna 'n veldwerker toe. Gaan nie 4 lopies wees hier, daai bal is gekeer. Seker so 20 meter in van die grens af. 20 tot 25 meter. Oh, en Lou Benny het sy paadjie verloor. Daai paadjie dans daar aan die buitekant. Benny haal nie sy 50-tal vandag nie. Hy gaan nie baie gelukkig daarmee wees nie. Op 49 lopies uit. Benny het al gesien hoe stappe af met 'n 50. Maar Laurens sê, jy moet nog eers daai een loopie aanteken. Ai Benny, hoeveel keer het dit nou al gebeur dat hy op 49 uit is? Soos 'n tipe fundamental blok daar op 49. Maar dit gaan oor die span, nie net die individueel nie. Toxic Eagles doen baie goed nou. Maar dit is baie te danke aan die standvastigheid van Benny Libbe en die kanonne soos Tommy Kok wat grens hou laat maklik lyk. Nou is dit die balkiewagter se beurt om te kom wil. Soos Lourens de Gansie wat nou nogal baie skade aangereken het hierso in die span van die Toxic Eagles. En die Libbe vir 49 lopies laat sy balkie laat val. Hy het buiten sy pen van hom opgesoek. Andre Thompson, so is die tweede Thompson wat ons in hierdie span sien. Ek dink ons kan redelik met veiligheid sê dit is heel waarskynlik broers van mekaar. Andre 'n snel bowler kan wees. Sy lengte teenoor Joe. Joe gaan maar versigtig wees. Die bal word gekeer. Gaan nie al die pad tot by die grens rol nie. Dit is so 20 meter voor of 17 meter voor die grens gestop deur Dani. Die balkiewagter. Ver moes terughardloop om dit te stop. Nou die balkies is daar met Snyman. En Charlie Liebenberg. Daar self nog 'n redelike jong knap. Maar hy het al 'n hele paar jare van cricket speel onder die belt. Definitief meer as hierdie oukies. En dis 'n ander dinamika wat die Toxic Eagles moet aanpak as Zandre bal, omdat hy so kort is. Hy staan nie baie langer voor as die balkies uit nie. So as hy snel bowler het, daai angle waarmee hy bal, gaan hy bal nie regtig verskriklik op nie. Daar gaan nog 'n balkie daarmee in, Donovan Young. Of jammer, Donovan Snyman. Sê dan Zandre gaan 'n gevaarlike bowler wees. Wat nou hierdie groot manne van die Toxic Eagles wat nou so hulle paadjies so in 'n streep begin verloor. Nog 'n groot kanon wat nou is op en dit swart. lekker wees om te sien hoe gaan hierdie jong manne, hoe gaan hulle kolwerk wees in die tweede helfte. Hulle gaan 'n groot teiken moet jaag. Sien daai teiken van 194. As daarby uitkom, gaan ons nog moet sien. Dalk is dit hoër, miskien is dit minder. Hang nou baie alles af van wat Joe en Bennett nou gaan aanvang. Of wat die Bulldogs vir hulle gaan toelaat om te doen. Of die Underdogs hulle toelaat om te doen. Maar ja, so tel mens die jong talent op. Ek dink dit tel baie in sy guns vir Zandre om so kort te wees. Kan sien hy speel cricket met baie selfvertroue. So ja, is interessant wees vir hoeveel jaar hy al speel. Maar ja, daar is 'n blink toekoms wat vir hom voorlê. En Bennett Swart is van die merkie af. Net so 'n bietjie aanskuif om uit die son uit te kom. Veel nader kom, aangezien die wind net so 'n bietjie begin stil raak. Skud die skerm nie meer so baie rond nie. Lyk die fokus dan so redelik alright is daar so. Beduidende hittegloed wat opstyg hier so as sodra die wind bietjie gaan lê. Skielik alles wat so stil raak. Nog 6 balle oor. 6 balbeurte oor in hierdie helfte. En dis Bennett Swart wat nou eers die bal mislaan, hy tog nie. Dis lekker sy oog op die bal nie. Seker dit is iets wat binnekort gaan verander. Is dit 'n beenvoorpaaltjie? Ons 'n uitroep daar voor gewees. Jou gaan nêrens heen nie, so lyk my Chantel was die oortuiging. Bal is hoog en die lug op, gaan hy gevang word? Nee. Hy is net oor die kop kans, Andre? Hy bal het reg deur Jout gegaan. Sien hoor hoe opgewonde Lawrence daar so raak. En hy bal het net so gaan knipoog vir daardie paaltjie. Ek dink hier van kaptein gaan redelik van meeste van die ouetjies kans gee om te bal. Oeh. Joe is duidelik baie vinniger as wat Bennett is, of hy's baie meer enthousiasties. Man aan die kant van die veld wat roep vir 3 lopies, maar hulle het dan net 2 gehardloop. So er 3 lopies in daardie geval beskikbaar was, ja, sal ons nou nie weet nie. Baie impressed met die arms op hierdie jong louties of hulle vermoë om my bal in te gooi. Kan nie dink dat dit baie krag op die oomblik is, is meer tegniek wat hulle al geleer is. Bal het weer grenskant toe hardloop. Amper gelyk soos hanteringsfout daar so op die ander kant van die veld, maar die veldwerker net genoeg hand by die bal by gekry om te stop. Joe het die bal bietjie optel. Hierdie een gaan 4 lopies wees vir Joe. Pragtig met effortless laat lyk. Maar Zandra het nou nie snelballe gebal nie. Lyk meer asof hy nou 'n tipe van 'n middelpuis tot nie heeltemal spin gebal het nie. Alright, nog 20 balle oor in hierdie helfte van die wedstryd. En ons kan sien, die teikentelling het nogal redelik aansienlik afgekom van amper 200 na 184. En selfs dit sal ons nou maar sien of Toxic Eagles dit gaan haal. Dit lyk so baie asof hulle energie nou uit is. Ek sal nie sê is die ou manne wat moeg is nie, maar die hitte kan dalk sy tol begin eis op die ouer en groter maniere. Maar dan weer aan die ander kant, ek dink ook nie regtig heeltemal dit is die geval nie. onthou ook meeste van hierdie spelers is ook ouers en hulle sal nie graag die seentjies wil verneder nie, net omdat hulle kan nie. Want mens hou aanbou met jou volgende generasie. Ja, kan hulle wen, maar nie nodig om hulle te verneder nie. Hulle selfvertroue is so knak gee dat hulle nie weer wil speel nie. Nog hulle gransie. 'n Bal wat na die grens toe hardloop, maar gaan nie die grens haal nie. Dani wat ver moet terughardloop om dit te kom optel. Baie netjies, hy gooi deur Dani. Weet nie hoe mense hierdie mannetjie se naam uitspreek nie. Henkie, Hensie, maak nie saak wat nie. Daar so is nog 'n 4 lopies vir Bennet nou nog bygesit. Oeh, snaaks hou daar so deur Bennet. Dink jy hy het daai bal gesien nie? Dit lyk so baie asof hulle nou fokus verloor het. Het seker redelik waar die teiken eintlik gehaal wat hulle vir hulle self uitgemik het. Nog 'n groot oorregheid uit die veldwerker toe. Veldwerker vang hom mis en dit is 4 lopies. Die keer vir Joe. Hoë bal daar so deur Joe. Maar gaan net voor die veldwerker val wat net die bal gemis het vir 4 lopies. Baie van hierdie ouetjies wat dieselfde naam het maar verskillende vanne. Dink dit is nogal moeilik vir die coach om hier so daar's 'n bietjie meer effort om te kommunikeer want jy moet naam en van gebruik, maar gewoonlik gebruik jy net die naam of die van. Seker nog so 'n paar jaar wees dan net sal hy ook maar vir hulle byname kry. vanoggend om in te kom om te kom kof, lyk soos Joppie die Presie wat reg staan. Dribbel weer te oor. Joppie die Presie natuurlik een van die ander skeieregters wat baie gereeld die skeieregter kon speel of umpire. Maar hy is ook 'n rugby skeieregter. Baie van die ouetjies by die skole sal hom dalk herken, omdat hulle by die skole gaan skeieregter speel so deur die week. Ek sien Joe maak nou oop en dit gaan 4 lopies wees. Gemaklik deur Joe geslaan. Joe het oorvat by Tommy Cook se trant van golf. Ek dink hy jaag nou dalk 'n 50. Hy het nou op 36 staan van 16 balle, so hy wil dalk ook 'n bietjie 'n 50-tal slaan. Hy sien die moontlikheid is daar vir vandag. Die situasie is reg. Dit gun hom nou om oop te maak. Nog 'n groot hou. Nee, dit is nie soos wat ons gedink het dit lyk nie. Het nie eens hy bal gesien nie. Klomp linkerhand handspelers het hier in Toxic Eagles opspan is. Joe is links en Ben is swart is links. Hierdie gaan die 4 lopies wees nie. Joe het hom reguit daar na die veldwerker toe gespeel het. En goed, lekker daar so op die torenbal. Spankaptein Benny Libbe wat hier van die kant af skreef vir die manne, hulle moet groot gaan. Dis John wat kom bal. Maar ek het 'n bietjie frustreerd gelyk vanoggend of vroeër. Waar se bal vir hom rondgeskuif het waar hy moet veldwerk terwyl dan sy te ver weg om die bal te keer. Dit is toe Tommy Cook gegolf het en ja, jy gaan nie sommer sy balle kan keer as jy nie in die omgewing is van daai bal as hy rol nie. Ek hoop eintlik vir John se part dat hy dalk nou 'n balkie kan vat. Ek dink daar was baie druk op hom as jou pa die kaptein en afrigter is van 'n span. daai bal is reg deur Bennett. Ja, ek dink dit is Pa se skuld nie. Dis Pa wat net verwagte dalk nie vir hom nie, maar hy kan dit dalk voel dat daar groter verwagting op hom is. Baie van ons ander mense kom uit huise uit waar ons ouers nie eers sport gedoen het dieselfde tyd toe ons begin sport doen het. En die bal lyk asof hy deur gaan vir 'n 4. Stoot daai teiken net so 'n bietjie op. Ons kan sien die teikentelling weer opgespring na 196 toe. 9 balle oor in hierdie helfte van die wedstryd. Ons kyk of dit naby ons aan 196 gaan kom. Nog 'n bal wat hier na die grens geslaan, gaan hy dit maak? Nee, hy gaan afgesny word voordat hy by die grens kom. En dis enkel lopies wat bygetel word. Hard naar die grens om, maar hy gaan afgesny word. Pragtige veldwerk hier deur 'n jong man. Geduik en sy lyf gebruik om die bal te keer. Dis soos wat hy geleer is om te doen. Alles dit maak dit net bietjie moeiliker vir Joe en Bennett om daardie 196 te haal. Laaste bal vir John. Bennett het die bal probeer optel, maar hy kry net nie die bal weg nie. Gracie wat nader staan om te kom bal. Soor kaptein Benny Libbe wat hier so skreef vir die manne, gaan groot, daar is nog 5 balkies staande. Meer as er daar balle oor is, en Joe tel die ding op, gaan hy, nee, hy hoop, lyk my hy het oor die man se kop gehoop, dit is 6 lopies. Joe wat nou begin opmaak vir die balle wat hulle gemis het vroeër. Sien Joe het geen probleem om die jong manne se selfvertroue 'n bietjie 'n knak te gee nie. Drie balle oor. sy 50 aan te teken. 45 lopies van 20 balle. Baie van die kolwers wat gerigte kolwers is wat baie gelukkig sal wees met so 'n telling. Sekuriteit sal wel verklaar met 'n 6. Spanmaats wat skryf oor 5 lopies. Met 5 hardloop. Jy wat op 47 lopies staan. En hy is nou aan die ontvangkant. So gaan hy sy 50-tal met 'n 4 kan afrond. Gaan Lourens hom toelaat om dit te doen. Hy gaan groot hou, is dit. Dis 'n 6. Pragtig hou deur Joe. Dis hoe hy sy 50-tal maak. Volgende om te kom kolf is Joppie. Joe wat 53 lopies van 22 balle aangeteken is. Briljante poging. 'n Briljante vertoning actually. Nog een bal oor. Hierdie is nou die een bal wat kan maak vir 'n homerun gesaan kan word. Homerun beteken as jy 'n 6 slaan, is dit 12 lopies werd. En dit is Joppie wat nou die kans gegee word om 'n homerun te slaan. So maak saak wat gebeur, ek dink hulle sal heel gelukkig wees met die telling wat hulle nou opgeteken het sover. Opgestel het 198. Gaan nie maklik wees nie. Dit gaan 'n enorme taak vir die underdogs wees om by dit uit te kom. Ag nee, Joppie. Hy stip hom net so 'n bietjie, maar ek dink die balle is te wyd. Nou ag, dit is die telling 198 wat gejaag moet word in die tweede helfte van hierdie wedstryd. Volgende wat reg gestaan het was Joe Liebenberg, omdat hy vroeër sy 50-tal gehaal het en kan natuurlik weer terugkom, maar dit is nie nodig nie. Dieselfde was met Tommy Kok. Maar ja, gaan kry ietsie om te eet, ietsie om te drink. En dan is ons oor 'n paar minute terug, 5 tot 10 minute. Dan gaan die tweede helfte van die wedstryd sien hoe die underdogs gaan probeer om 199 lopies aan te teken. Dink dit gaan lekker wees om te kyk. Kom ons geniet dit saam. Nou terug. Okay, so the Toxic Eagles are getting ready to return to the field where they will be fielding and defending the 198 total, as you can see at the bottom of your screen. That means that the underdogs they must score 199 runs. Umpire Chantel is also approaching. She's ahead. I think the Toxic Eagles, they are just going to do a huddle quickly. Underdogs are still sitting. It looks like their spirit might have been broken slightly. Um, there's a huge task on their shoulders for now. Um, yeah, but it's only the batsman that has to come up. Well, the Toxic Eagles' spirits are high. Well, it's understandably. They had scored a huge score, and most of it is due to Joe Liebenberg, who scored his 50. Tommy Cock also scoring his 50 with a few balls. And unfortunately, Benny Levo lost his wicket on 49 balls, nearly scoring his 50 as well. In any case, um, maybe more than many other sports, cricket has a lot of to do with emotional maturity. And that is something these youngsters are being exposed to from a very young age. Playing with the big boys, because the boys haven't been fully developed yet. And you can clearly have seen that people like Tommy Cock, he didn't hold back, sparing the feelings or the emotions of the youngsters by going easy on them. Because at the end of the day, if you run with the big boy or big dogs, you don't piss like a puppy. Sure, but these two boys at the stumps, they're not standing much higher than the stumps themselves. Especially Zandre. Looks like the first over is going to be bowled by Alvin Potgieter. He looks quite intimidating with that big red beard of his, but he's actually a nice guy. Quick 2 runs by the youngsters. Benny loves standing on that slip position. He's caught many people like that before. Nice delivery there by Alvin. Some more joking going on here on the side. Tommy Cook stumping. Zandre intimidated him a little. The boy was out of his crease. He stumped him. Well, they're get a crash course in being becoming emotionally matured. Well, the rules are the rules. Out of your crease, you're going to get stumped. This is a bit of an intimidating situation, this. Man with a big red beard bowling towards you, Tommy behind you, taking care of the wickets, and Benny Lipper is, although a friendly guy, he's standing close by for any time you might make a mistake. Okay, so next to bowl is Joe. He also has an awkward way of bowling, but slowly but accurately, except for that time. Better contact there by the ball, and it's a misfield by Toxic Eagles. Ball almost ran all the way to the boundary, and the underdogs are capitalizing on it by running quick runs between the stumps. These youngsters have got a lot of energy still. See, Joe's tactic is to get that ball as close to the batsman's toes as possible. And if the batsman leaves the ball, well, I can assure you there's some sort of spin on that ball. And if it finds its way to your wickets, it will. Oh, that ball is high up in there. Is it going to be caught? Alvin is under it, and he drops the ball. And then there's overthrow. A lot of effort there by Benny Liver just to stop the ball from an overthrow to be going to the boundary. And that all was initiated by an up and under towards Alvin Potgieter, who dropped the ball. Pretty sure that he will be kicking himself, but it's part of sports. You can see the fielders of Toxic Eagles came in closer. Um, I think it might be due to two reasons. One, um, not forcing the batsman to basically make mistakes. trying to go for those boundaries, and then usually you get up and unders when you do that. The other one is maybe just putting some pressure on them, cutting off the singles and doubles, knowing that these boys don't have too much strength to maybe go for sixes. Maybe they do, maybe they don't. And in the next 17.2 hours, we will be able to see that if they are able to hit sixes. And this ball just went past Benny once again. It's not going to make 4 runs. Ball is not going to run all the way. Is that stumped? Another stump by Tommy. Second wicket Tommy has taken from this underdog team by stumping them. Maybe it's something that the team captain is going to talk to them about, just to make sure they keep their foot in the crease. Remember, the rule is if your foot is on the line, you are outside the crease. Your foot must be inside the crease, not on the line. The line is an indication where the crease ends. So it's basically a border outside the crease. And it is a lesson that these guys will be learning today. But they've lasted 3 overs so long. Lost 2 wickets. Scored 14 runs. We knew it's going to be pretty tough for them to kind of chase 199. Only way to grow up. Coming back to bowl is Joe. Tommy's going to keep the pressure on this youngster as well. I'm pretty sure that they know they are kind of intimidating. Just got the bottom edge of his bat there. I can assure you that these youngsters have nerves. They're rattling in their shoes there. That's better contact. Straight to the toxic fielder. So that was over. Alvin fielded that ball, so he's still coming in to come and bowl as well. Seems like they've discussed that Joppy will be bowling next after Alvin. But we've got some clouds moving in front of the sun. How nice it feels now. Wind has died down slightly, touch wood. Sun is not so intense. And this is the first possibility for maybe 4 runs, but no, Yoppie stopped it. See Benny Libber standing closer ever so slightly, just to add pressure on the batsman. He's moved from third or fourth slip back up to number one. Tommy keeps knocking that bails, just waiting for a mistake by the batsman. He has already taken 2 stumps that way. He's going to keep that pressure on just to keep the nerves rolling on. No, that's full toss there by Alvin. Above the shoulders of the batsman, and he's not very tall. There you go. Now Yoppie's coming into bowl. That was a quick over by Alvin. Fifteen overs left in this match. 5 until we switch over to Afrikaans commentary. Also want to say thank you to our sponsors, Capstone Credit, Eden, Dried Fruit and Nuts, Bench Mineral Water, and there's another one. You will be able to see it in the advertising material that we're going to publish during the week. Not exactly sure how you pronounce that. Not familiar with the brand, and that is probably something I will need to get used to because that's a new one. All 4 sponsors sponsoring Toxic Eagles and obviously Toxic Bloom as well. Let's see how Yoppie introduces his bowling. And he starts with a wide. But he did mention that he usually takes 1 or 2 balls to loosen up. That's a better shot there by Andrew. Telling Yoppie that he's not afraid of him. He's going to hit him for a 4. Which can only mean one thing. Is these youngsters, their courage is returning. Which means they are going to put up a fight. Just pushing through that pressure. Tommy is on those stumps like a hawk. Is that bolt? LBW. Yup, he's very glad about that. See how happy he is. Third wicket gone from the underdogs. Yup, be very glad to take a wicket from his second ball. First one was wide. You don't need anything special, you just need to be accurate. Let the batsman make his mistakes. That is pressure on itself. The batsman makes a mistake, then he's out. It's easy as that. Can Yopi do it again? Nope. He'll be hit for a 4. If it's not stopped. No, it was stopped. Benny never stopped that ball for Bennett to pick up. No, my mistake, not Benny. It was Joe who stopped the ball. For Bennett to pick up and throw it back to the bowler. Yopi's final ball. Up in the air. No, it's not going to be caught. Just enough for a single run. Six overs gone. Six wickets remaining for the underdogs. I do feel it should be three. 3 wickets has fallen. Pretty sure of that. Well, maybe my mistake. Bennett Swart now bowling. He's taken many wickets during the last year's Free State Championships held during the winter. If I'm not mistaken, he also got player of the match for the final in the finals. And Joe just caught a wicket and forgot to go for the double play. But Bennett was being afforded a wicket. It does seem as if the wickets aren't falling anymore. It seems like Chantel and Yopi are speaking to each other. Seems like there is a problem with the app. There you go. That is correct. 4 wickets gone. 4 remaining for the underdogs. Seems like the wickets are falling every time a new bowler comes in. Maybe just that change of rhythm, line and length, um, that throws off the young batsman a bit. I might be wrong. Because Yoppie also took his wicket in his second ball. And then Bennett bowls a wide. Last ball for Bennett in this over. Ball's high up in the air. Is it going to be caught? Tommy Cox catches it. Another wicket gone. Tommy catches it like a matter of factly, basically. 5 wickets down. Now it all depends on the remaining 3 wickets still standing for the underdogs. I do not think it's possible for them to come back and score 199 runs. But never say never. Something brilliant can happen. And if today is that day where that something brilliant is going to happen, this is going to be an extraordinary day. Would love to see that. Have to score 167 runs from 65 balls. That's, yeah, 2 point something, maybe 2.7 runs per ball. Don't have a calculator with me, but I can estimate it is in that region. And your pace back to cause a bit more destruction. The underdogs. Well, it's team captain now, older chap, Donny de Meyer. Also playing for the, is it Bester Masters, I think. He's bringing some stability back by blocking the ball. And I can only assume he's going to try and stand the rest of the session. This ball looks like it could be for. Now it's going to slow down in time for Benny to come and collect it. Yeah, 10 meters in from the boundary. two batsmen of the underdogs are now approaching this match with a lot of caution. They don't want to make any mistakes. They just want to retain their wickets. So unfortunately, that is going to boil down to a kind of a boring game that might last longer, but with a lot less action than usual. Now it's Bennett Swart's turn. 12 overs remaining. Beautifully stopped there by Alvin. Square leg umpire position. Was it time? Tommy hoping to take another wicket there. The third in the same fashion. Stumping the batsman whose foot is on the line. Was he out of his crease? Is he stumped? It seems as if Enku was. There's discussion whether Enku is out or not. Well, he's walking, so he's out. And the underdogs are down to 2 wickets standing. So it's the last two uh, batsmen that are on the crease now. Oh, I think the scoreboard at the bottom might be a little bit wrong as well. I think it's not only the Meyer. Yeah, and it's being bowled to Hens Lagransie. Of Henkie, something like that. Well, you seen the scoreboard, you know what I'm talking about. That's a bit wide for your pitch. This time he's a bowler, not the umpire. But we did saw the pitch is a little bit crumbly over there. So I think the predictability of the ball after bouncing is quite difficult to read because there's a bit of stones there, and it looks like the pitch is extremely dry. We do know that the outfield, the ground is very hard, but this is a very hard surface or field to play on in any case. Always, no matter how much it rains, this is a hard field to play on. Struggle to get our 10 pins into the ground. Go 10 centimeters under the surface swell, it turns into kind of a rock or stone. En dit is hoe ons weer terugkom na Afrikaanse kommentaar, soos die spanne herhuil na die 10de balbeurt. Underdogs wat nie so goed doen nie. 6 paadjies al verloor, 43 lopies aangeteken. En ja, hulle het 'n teiken van 199 wat hulle moet jaag. Dit lyk nie asof dit gaan gebeur vandag nie. Ek dink heel waarskynlik dat Daniel de Meyer hulle gaan meer werk aan hulle trots deur te probeer kyk of hulle die kan staan die volle 20 bilbeerte. Net om 'n bietjie trots te behou. So ons kan eintlik al voorspel, ek dink Dani gaan nou so speel dat hy elke keer aan die ontvangkant is. Baie van die spelers het hulle paadjies verloor, die Tommy Cook wat hulle paadjies uitgestomp het. Wanneer die spelers hulle voet op die lyn is in plaas van binne in die golf of hulle kampie, voet moet binne in die kampie wees, nie op die lyn nie. Dit lyk amper as daar nog 'n paadjie nou gevat is. Hierdie van Wyk. Ja, hy het net so pas nog 'n paadjie geneem, so stil. Ek sien ongelukkige seentjie is. Hy hoef nie sleg te voel nie. Hy het nog baie jare om daardie probleem bietjie reg te maak. En nou is daardie te Meyer laaste persoon staande. Spankaptein, afrigter van hierdie jong seentjies. Hy hardloop sy 2 lopies om terug te wees in sy kampie betyds. Ek dink nie die Toxic Eagles gaan nou enigiets terughou om vir Daniel de Meyer uit te haal nie. Net ek dink hulle het regtig teruggehou vroeër met hulle balwerk nie. Maar met iemand soos Tommy Cook agter jou wat jou soos 'n valk dophou, is nogal bietjie intimiderend. Lyk na 'n kwaai oom. Nee, dit is nie, maar hy kan so voorkom. Volgende is Jopie om te kom bal. Ek dink hierdie wedstryd gaan meer baie lank wees nie. vol bal daardeur Joppie. Maar geen lopies kom van dit nie. Ons sien ook geen spelers meer op die grens staan nie. So hulle almal het ingekom na die sirkel toe. Natuurlik met die idee om druk op Dani te sit. Hy moet 'n dubbele loopie hardloop om terug te kom in sy kampie in. Veilig terug te wees, hy kan nie net 'n enkel loopie hardloop nie. Dis een van die reëls van last man stands cricket. As die laaste persoon is, jy moet in 2 hardloop. Gaan hierdie deur vir 4 lopies. Nee, die bal gaan nie die grens eers haal nie. Dani speel baie veilig nou. Maar hy lyk 'n bietjie onversekerd daarso. Mag dalk net so voorkom. Natuurlik al die jong seuns, hulle kyk op na hom. Joppie doen presies balbeurt is verby. Klink asof hulle vir Donovan nader roep. Hy sal seker bal na opbou nie. Enige bal nou kan die spel eindig. Ek dink is in hierdie gevalle wat daai Meyer nou nie eers geplaas oor houer aan te staan in die laaste balbeurt nie. 12 lopies beteken nie, want dit gaan regtig nie 'n groot verskil maak aan dit wat hy nou het nie. Miskien teen daai tyd het hy dalk al iets gedoen, maar dan gaan hy 'n drastiese verandering moet maak in dit wat hy nou doen. Netjies 'n veldwerk hier deur Toxic. Lyk soos Elvin wat op 'n sittende posisie amper was toe hy daai bal gekeer het. Daai bal het reg deur Dani gegaan. As hy nou so daarna moet inkom. Dink amper hy is 'n snel bowler. Ek is net nie 100% seker nie. Jep, hy tree af. Snel bowlers wat daai metodiek volg. Ek sal dink Afrikaanse woord daarvoor is metode. Metodiek is iets wat ek maar gehoor het in die visvang video's. Mes het oorgeskuif het na metodiek toe. Ek dink die woord word net so goed beskryf deur die woord metode. Ja, ek sê taalkundig en die maak nie saak wat julle kan maar kommentaar daaroor lewer. Wat julle daaroor dink. Om eerlik te wees, ek gaan nie baie worry nie. Dink nie Dani stel nou baie belang in lopies aanteken nie. Probeer net sy paaltjie beskerm vir die volgende 6.2 bilbeerte. Nie baie opwinding wat ons nou kan verwag hê. Die volgende wat 20 minute. Son wat al hoe laer raak. Skaduwees wat al hoe langer raak. Bietjie vinniger beelde deur Donovan. Donovan se bilbeurt is verby. Lyk soos Benny wat nader staan. Jep. Lyk so asof Dani daai bal met 'n valkoog dop. Kyk hoe Tommy dit benader. Of hy dalk 'n vinnige 2 lopies kan steel. En kyk hoe maar besluit nee, nie die moeite werd nie. Tommy het vroeër genoem dat daar is gate in sy handskoene vandag. Ek dink meer uit gegrap daarmee. Maar sien hoe baie balle hy oorsklik misvang. Maar hy het duidelik sy deel bygedra met die aantal paaltjies wat hy geneem het daar as paaltjiewagter. Sielkundig en fisies wat hy daar so die kolvers uitgedun het. Ek dink sielkundig is hy redelik intimiderend vir hulle. Gaan hy daai 2 lopies maak. So 'n moontlikheid dat hy uitgehardloop kan word, maar Tommy val in die bal mis en Dani is veilig terug in sy kampie. Hy het 'n kans gevat. Hy is veilig terug. Dit het vir hom gewerk nou. Nee, so 'n klein bietjie opwinding. Lyk asof Penny Libbe nou nader staan om te kom bal. Dit sal dan heel waarskynlik gebeur nadat Donovan nou 'n bilbeurt afgelewer het. Bal was vir 'n oomblik 'n bietjie daar in die lug gewees, maar hy's te ver weg gewees van enige speler om daai bal te vang. So niks het gekom van dit nie. Definitief daar nie geen hardloop vir dit nie. Toxic Eagles staan te naby vir hom om sulke tipe kanse te vat. Dani doen 'n goeie werk om aan sy paadjie vas te hou. Bietjie van 'n volbal daar so deur Donovan. Dit was 'n bietjie grap daar so met die spelers wat hom gesê het hy moet duik. Stop by die bal, rol hy. Redelik naby aan die 20 dae gebal deur Donovan. Sy wil weer swys, so dis nou Benny wat opkom. Hy sal seker graag wil wraak neem op daai paadjie van hom wat geneem is op 49 lopies. Dis die beenvoorpaadjie, Benny wat sy paadjie neem. Baie bly daaroor en die Underdogs hierdie wedstryd verloor. Al hulle paadjies verloor op 60 lopies. Mense, baie dankie dat julle ingeselek teken het vir hierdie wedstryd vandag. Dit was nou lekker geweest om die jongetjies te sien speel. Ek dink die wedstryd gaan baie anders lyk vorentoe sodra hulle bietjie begin ouer raak en bietjie meer selfvertroue kry. Maar in elk geval geniet die res van die Sondag. Daar is nog 'n hele paar uur se daglig nog oor, so geniet dit, wees veilig en dan sterkte vir die res van julle week. Van Bloemfontein Sport Results, LMS Bloemfontein en die borge van hierdie wedstryd. Lekker